And back here in Nigeria, back to our follow-up on the story of the Balogun fire on Lagos Island. We have our correspondent now, Theophilus Elama, joining us from Balogun Market. Theophilus, I mean, this whole situation of fire around Lagos, is becoming a thing. But give us an update of the situation at Balogun Market on Lagos Island.
All right, what we see now in Balogun Market is behind me now the heavy-duty equipment is trying to bring the building to ground zero, as you see. But you can also see that there's fire in between, and so the fire service and emergency responders as well have been trying to put the fire out. And so each time they get to a point where, like you can see that the fire is exposed, they begin to spray water there to quench the fire, and they are doing that in the other axis, and so they will come here quite shortly. But what we have seen also in this environment is the fact that everywhere has been cleaned up, everywhere has been cordoned off by the state government. Of course, from what we hear, the state government is going to take over this whole environment so as to ensure that to test the integrity of the remaining buildings here. And please forgive the fact that I'm wearing the mask because of the environment as well. But from the Lagos State Material Testing Limited staff were here, and they are going to test the materials that were used to build. But from what we hear, some of the structures, some of the materials used to build these buildings that collapsed were weak, actually. And so after everything has been done here, after the fire has been put out completely, the testing will start, and before we're told that in less than a month we will get results from the test. But as it is now, from what we see here and what we have heard so far, each of the shops in this building that collapsed, even on the other ones that collapsed as well, did not have fire extinguishers, and they did not, and we're not sure that the shop owners had been educated on the use of fire extinguishers, on how to handle emergency situations like what we had here yesterday, and so on. And so that's what led to all of this. From what we hear as well, the fact that the fire started would have been curtailed, but for the fact that there were no fire extinguishers, no emergency tools to quench the fire, that was a huge problem, and so it led to this. And so the government is saying that it's going to clear this whole facility, and of course we expect more government officials to be here today to evaluate the situation and give their own concerns as to it. But from what we hear as well, the government is going to do something about the buildings in this area.
All right, Theophilus, we'll definitely stay in touch with you for updates on that story.